What does McRib and the 5800X 3D have in common? Well, they're both back. Welcome to Machines and More, and welcome to Computex in Taipei. Just a few quick updates from AMD before the show gets underway tomorrow. First off, bust out your DDR4. Or I guess you can keep it in your board if you're already on an AM4 platform, because you may have heard murmurs of this. AMD is releasing the 5800X3D. As many of you know, DDR5 prices have been a barrier to entry for new builds or new or upgrades. If you're on DDR4, a logical upgrade was this CPU or the 5700X3 because it has that 64 megabytes 3D V cache. But right now, if you try to get the 5800X3D on the gray or the secondhand market, they are well elevated because it's not in production. So we're talking 9950X level of pricing, which makes any cost incentive here a moot point. Now, it makes sense for AMD to relaunch this one, and it's branded as the 10th anniversary edition, referring to 10 years, or realistically almost 10 years, since the inaugural Ryzen 1000 launch, which was in 2017. This is a 4-year-old CPU. Pricing will be $349 US MSRP. And 4 years ago, it came out for $449. So for AMD to be able to extend the shelf life of such an old CPU does make a lot of sense strategically. And hopefully they are released in meaningful quantities come June 25th. This will also come with thermal pad. So I'll have to update my best P2P build that I did a few months back, because with the 14600K versus 5800X3, here they show the 14900K in their first party benchmarks. But yeah, the 5800X3 is going to stomp all over that. It's such a great CPU, so definitely stay tuned for that. All right, next up is a bin down version of the 7800X3D. We've had the Micro Center only 7600X3D, which had two deactivated cores. The 7700X3D will still have the full 8 cores, 16 threads, but it has a 0.2 gigahertz lower base clock and a 0.5 gigahertz lower max boost ceiling. Just empirically, the 0.5 gigahertz lower max boost may not be as big a drop down as it would sound. I don't think I've ever seen the 7000X3D hit 5.0 except under very light loads and very sporadically on a single core. For gaming, you're going to see 4.8 gigahertz peaks more often. So if this one tops out at 4.5 gigahertz, you might be still getting very high-end gaming performance. For heavy multi-core stuff, 7800X3D hits 4.6s, 4.7 all-core. So if this one hits 4.5 all-core, that's going to be a very small difference, and not that you should be getting either of those CPUs for any meaningful workstation tasks anyways. This one will launch at an MSRP of 329 US, and that gives me one question mark that I have related, not necessarily to the DDR5 question, but more so, if I've committed already to a DDR5 platform or I'm already on one, the 7000X3D is 360 or so. You can even get open boxes for 320. So is this actually going to be attractive? That's the question I hope to answer with some testing. But this won't be coming until July 17th this year. The last one I'll mention from their press deck, maybe a little bit of a doozy, except for the super sleek looking coolers that they always have in their press deck that they say are never going to be for sale. 9070 GRE, which has been available in China and adjacent regions, it's going to be launched now globally for 549 US, and I assume that's starting at 549, as there usually will be better cooling solutions available that'll push that price higher. The vanilla 9070 is more performant with 56 compute units and 4 gigabytes additional VRAM. So as iffy as the pricing has been on the GPU market, you can still get the lower versions of the 9070 for around 600 US, a little more for nicer AIC solutions. Would that be worth the 20 to 25% extra performance? I think absolutely, but it will be nice to have options. So that's it from AMD, and that's it from me for now. Stay tuned for more content coming your way from Computex. Lots to talk about tomorrow. Big thanks for watching.